Good morning, everybody. This is Joe Cusick from the Cusick Group. Securities provided by MoneyBlock, here with your opening bell for MarketStream.Live. Well, I'm taking a look at the futures right now, and they're showing some basically waffling right above that positive point. We got the NASDAQ right now. Let me take a look right now. Up about 5 at 48.01. I have the E-minis up around 375 at 2124. And I have the Dow Jones at 18,082, up 20. I'm seeing volatility moving to the upside as well. In the green at 1728, up about 55 cents. The bonds weak, down about 8 ticks. Continue to see both the 30-year and the 10-year down. On the 10-year, let's see, we're right around 129. And we see the 30-year right around 161 as far as price action, down about 28 ticks. So we're taking a look at that. Gold markets, though, are firming up around 16 at 1289.10. Like I said, right now you're seeing that the markets are trying to bust to the upside. It looks like while the headlines continue with all of the election news that's out there, right now you got to be careful of the headlines, right? There's going to be continuations of whether it's the emails or Trump. At the end of the day, it looks like this. While the polls are going to shift, it looks like there's going to be a Clinton win, a senatorial win by the Democrats, and the GOP takes Congress. Now, I say that with a grain of salt because we were pretty much so assured that Britain was not leaving the European Union, and boy, were we wrong. So the point being is, don't put all your eggs in one basket. One of the things that you want to keep an eye on as I watch the markets ticking right now is the world central banks. There's a lot of economic data that came out, and the Producers Managers Index came out across the board, primarily looking at Asia, Europe, and we're going to see some information come out here in the U.S., but it remains positive. As a matter of fact, you're seeing that there is expectation of growth in these economies. That's important to understand. While the headlines look negative and there is uncertainty about who's going to win what, at the end of the day, it's a headline. And we need to look at the data, and the data is telling us that there's some encouraging signs both domestically and globally. Some of the things that we're watching right now here on the opening that are hot is Boeing. Boeing made an announcement that they're going to do a agreement with Commercial Aircraft Corp of China. Right now, Boeing is trading at 142.43. The options are pricing in for expiration next week of a movement in Boeing of around $4.70, either up or down. If you look at the expiration cycle going into the third week in November, they're pricing in the potential to be up or down 585 in Boeing. So decent range there. The one thing that's also notable is that there is significant implied volatility in the in-the-money options in November as well as the out-of-the-money puts. Makes complete sense when you see that you have headlines like this and a very encouraging deal with also the election out next week coming into play. So be very careful. This is telling you that implied volatility in November, due to the fact that we still have earnings and we have the election, is on the rise. The other thing that I want to take a look at is Carlyle Group. Carlyle Group, ticker symbol CG, they announced that they raised about $2.8 billion for their energy credit investments. Now, to put this in concept, their previous fund, the Carlyle Energy Mezzanine Opportunities Fund, which is really targeting energy projects and companies on power generation that really need capital of somewhere between $50 million and $500 million. Now, this particular raise on this new fund that they have dwarfs the 2012 fund that they have. Taking a look at CG, it's currently trading right around $15.50. The November options are pricing in Carlyle Group to be trading plus or minus 87 cents. So not a huge move by any means, but it's still in that 3 to 5% going into November expiration. And that was an impressive raise for this new fund where they're going to go out and they're going to make investments in energy companies in need of anywhere from 50 to 500 million. Want to keep an eye on that. Finally, what's hot? Well, we're going to take a look at something in the media space. And specifically, I saw New York Times has done a deal with Samsung Electronics America. So New York Times, NYT, and Samsung Electronics America, ticker symbol SSNLF. What they're doing is interesting. The traditional newspaper that has been transitioning to getting online is now also going to offer a 360 camera view of the New York Times newsroom. They're trying to get a new angle. They're trying to get subscribers and readers to get engaged to see how those that are bringing the stories to them are actually doing it. They're getting under the hood. They're really showing how journalism, and it's a pretty cool project and one that I want to keep an eye on because I think it's innovative by the New York Times that traditionally is just, go to print, get it out, people pick it up. I get it. It's the only paper I know other than the Wall Street Journal where you could fold it correctly as you ride the train. Done it for 22 years. But it's really interesting that they're going down this route. This is an environment where people want real-time information, but they want to see how it's done. They want to engage with it. And so New York Times and Samsung doing an interesting deal here. Let's see what New York Times does. As a matter of fact, New York Times is trading right around $10.90. The November options, they're pricing in the potential for the stock to move about plus or minus 78 cents going into November expiration. So some interesting activity. We have a lot hitting the wires. I could spend a lot more time. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be jumping on periodically during the day, bringing out those headlines. But stay tuned. We're going to have at the lunch hour at 1:30 Eastern time, we're going to talk about strategy now. What are the strategies that are being deployed in this environment? And I'm telling you, this environment is fluid. There's a lot of volatility. I had mentioned volatility is up today across the board. So we want to keep an eye on that. So join us at 1:30 Eastern time for Strategy Now. Until then, have a great rest of the trading day. Take care, everyone. This is Joe Cusick from the Cusick Group, securities provided by MoneyBlock. Take care.